Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the London Monarchs and the Denver Broncos. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Ready, black 25.
Check, watch it before.
Let's go.
They go play action here on first down. Flushed out right. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Hey, ready, blue lady. Black 34. Who that? Wait. Let's go.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
From the 38, Winston. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Here we go. Pittsburgh. Come on. Two times. 4 times.
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 23-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Mike the 59. Man, I got you.
To throw is Jackson, escaping the pressure right. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
Kill.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Alert 3. SOS. Logo, 59. Mike's 59. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
On first down, Murray. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
Go. Motion. Hey, check motion, man. Put your hands on him. Get hands on him.
They go back to Murray on first down. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Let's go, D.
first carry for the fullback, James Devlin. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
All right, let's put the check mark on the defensive side of the ledger there. Really nice tackle by the man in the middle. But why was he able to get that done? Because he has 4 down linemen in front of him, 2 tackles, 2 ends, and what they often try to do is create what we call a funnel. Right to the man in the middle linebacker, who often leads his team in tackles.
Jackson will keep it, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. Watch the shift. Watch the shift. It's a 6. Pull it. Now. Shift. Check 31. Check 31. Set. Go.
Jackson's going to try the sneak. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. A wall of bodies there. Nowhere to burrow through the line on the quarterback sneak. And as a result, possession switches hands. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
44 yards on the play. First down, Monarchs.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Henry. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
A first down carry for Henry. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll try to throw now. Winston toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play.
Here we go.
2nd down and goal. Winston to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Kelsey, the intended receiver there, but now it's 3rd and goal.
It's 3rd down and goal from the 5-yard line.
Ready. White 25.
54. We all.
Wait.
We all now.
Tight dog. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 20.
Here's Henry. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be a gain of 5, but they do keep him out of the end zone, and now it's 4th down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The offense is going to stay out there. We'll see what the play call is. They need to find the right one here on 4th and goal. They'll run for it with Henry. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The big back Derrick Henry held out of the end zone. And the Bronco defense comes up big. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot.
Yeah.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. Flush to his right. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Miles Jack with a sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
First down and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind and try to put together another drive. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Credit the sack to Vita Vea.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Jameis to throw it. It's complete to Chris Conley. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, London.
Ready. Black 25.
Shoot. On the yard.
Come on. Run back. Let's go.
Winston now from the 50. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Play fake. Winston. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Now it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Now Jackson gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. 9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Check 3, check
25-yard line.
On 2nd down now. It's Cohen. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Tariq Cohen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's go, D, let's go.
Green, 17. Let's go.
Now Winston. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
54, right?
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Caught here by Conley. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on fourth down, kicking it away here, Michael PaulyD. Back deep, Tariq Cohen. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
At the 23-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check. Go. Hey, keep it out. Keep it out. Check.
Jackson down. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on third? On third down, a run with Cohen. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth.
No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
First down and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Throwing again on second down. Winston. This one complete to Christian Kirk. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw, Winston. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. So they work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Again, it's Winston. And an alley to run. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. On 3rd down, Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on fourth down. Final play of the half here, Winston. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is incomplete. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. That is caught by Cohen. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Jackson. Now they go screen. It's complete. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Jackson from the shotgun. And he completes it to Cohen. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
Check 3, check 3.
And Jackson throwing once more. And the incompletion there, so that breaks a string of 5 straight hookups. It also leads to a 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this one is right down Broadway. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Good work, let's go. Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Show a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. They'll run with Henry. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Check right 54. Right 54. Don't get nervous.
Working out of the gun, Winston. He's got the hookup with Conley. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 8 yards, 1st down as they're able to convert. Winston now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. From the gun, Winston. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they get the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
Off the play fake, Winston. And able to find Kirk complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 14. They'll run on 1st down. Henry. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. On 2nd and 7, Winston goes underneath for Henry. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. Call it a pickup of 7, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Jameis to throw it. And it's caught. Touchdown. Travis Kelce, his 1st touchdown of the new season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And he's such a talented tight end, just creates nightmarish-type matchups on the other side.
He's so good that when we say tight end, we're almost damning him with faint praise, aren't we? Because he can do it all. He's as good as any receiver in the NFL.
Well, that's the deal. He's a wide receiver, just in a bigger body.
Bigger body, a matchup nightmare, and who's going to cover him? When I sit in the film session, I just look at the coach and say, really? Really? You're going to yell at me? You go cover him.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
They'll run on second down with Cohen. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to take it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Flushed out right. And his pass, incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing again. Jackson. That's complete to Slayton. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything, so it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
The Broncos on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Jackson. He may try and run for this. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Draw play, Cohen. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson got his man complete over the middle. It's Cohen, and he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. Jackson now, 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. First down, a run with Cohen, and he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really, they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
That's another Broncos first down. First down 10 at the 24-yard line.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 23-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Again, it's Cohen. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Throwing now is Jackson. Letting one go deep for the end zone. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And Lutz's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. This one taken just inside the 10. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
First down and 10
Go.
at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw, escaping the pressure right. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. He'll look to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
They'll look to throw. And, oh, a a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs.
Ready up!
To a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it. So with that neat 3 weeks in the books, and they creep above 500 now at 2-1.
You know, I played with a guy once after taking a knee at the end of the game, and he came in and grabbed the equipment manager and said, make sure you wash that spot, you know, special. How much guys enjoy that, because getting a win, no one takes it for granted.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the one touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.